This is Wonky Moon Crafts, and this is a place where we talk about fibery things. You can hang out with me while I talk about what I've been knitting, sometimes crocheting, rare occasions sewing, any fibery fun things, yarn dyeing, all the fun fiber things that we could get up to. If that sounds like something that's, you would enjoy, I'm happy to have you come along with me. Get cozy, get your favorite project, whatever it may be, and let's chat. Finished objects. I have a finished object. Yay! Juno tea. This is the Juno tea by Sari, Nordlund. If you've been watching, you've seen me that I've been working on this. I am finally finished with it. It was my goal to finish it by the end of September. As goals go, I think I was pretty close. I finished it on October 5th. I love the lace in the sleeves. I love that this is a raglan, but has a fun detail, that kind of stuff always gets me in pretty much anything. Music, art, I don't know, just anything. I just love your simple, basic with a twist. And that is what I think we have here. And this, I just can't say enough about it. I'm just so happy with it. I love the color. I love the yarn. I love the pattern. And so let me tell you about it. This is like I said, Juno tea by Sari Nordlund. This is a size 3. I made this using Equinox, Magpie Fibers Equinox sport weight yarn. So this yarn comes in 115 grams. It is approximately 365 yards, 65% silk, and 35% linen. This color is La Freak, which I like to call this my La Freaky tea. It's La Freaky. Which I also find amusing because I just think it's just such a classy tea. I will put a picture of me actually wearing it so you can see how it fits me. I love this with dress pants, dressing it up. The silk in it, I think, just gives it an extra layer, and the lace of just in linen, it just gives it, it levels up, right? So a couple modifications. Again, this is a size 3. The sleeve length for this is, it's first off, it's supposed to be, the pattern calls for fingering weight yarn. I used sport. My gauge was slightly off, but it's pretty close. I do have that in my Ravelry notes for this. But for the most part, it's pretty close. So the only real modifications I made were the cuff on the sleeve and on the sleeve is supposed to be 1.25 inches. I made it 1 inch. The other thing I did was the charts. So there's a chart where for the lace, where you're expanding the lace because you're expanding the sleeve. But then there's a second chart that starts about here. That is the main sleeve chart. Actually, I think it starts about here, and then you do a few rows, and then you split for sleeves. So and then you finish the main sleeve chart, and then you're supposed to do the ribbing. I finished the main sleeve chart, and then I went back and I did another 12, started at the beginning of the main sleeve chart again, and did another 12 rows to make it a little bit longer. So I think it's supposed to be like 2 inches, and then you do the ribbing. Mine is 3 inches, and then I did the ribbing, so I have 4-inch sleeves, which puts it right above my elbow on me, which is what I wanted, so that I could wear it to work without my tattoos showing and stuff, and look like a boss. So that is what I did. And then the only other thing I did was, as I've mentioned recently, I've lost a little weight. So on this project and on my whip, my other whip I'm working on, I have done a little bit of decreasing. I don't know if you can see that there. Let me see if I can try to, not a lot, just a little tiny bit. You can see where it goes in a little bit. I did about 3 rows of decreases. That is not in the pattern. I just did that just to nip it in a little bit around my waist, since I have lost quite a bit of weight since I started this. So that is the Juno tee. I am obsessed with this color. I'm obsessed with the yarn, the drape, the everything. I definitely think this will be a really nice tee to wear in the summer. I did wear it today for the first time. It's about 60 degrees out, but it was like really nice day out, like in the middle of the day. So I did wear this outside without a jacket or anything, walking around, and I was perfectly comfortable. But I don't know how many more days I'm going to be able to do that, especially like in the evening. If I'm doing something where I transition into the evening, I think it'll be too cool at night. But I am legitimately obsessed with this, and I love, love, love the color on me. I will say the color is, when I bought the yarn, Magpie Fiber told me they were not making this color anymore, and I bought the last 3 skeins. It did bleed quite a bit, but that, I don't know that this yarn typically would do that. When I put it in the water, it bled quite a bit, which is fine because this is the only thing I'm putting in the water. It's the only thing so it's I don't have any other colors with it, so it's totally fine that that's the case. And I think that's just going to be more likely to happen with plant fibers like this, because it's a different kind of dye. Also because it's such a saturated color, which I have not heard, I haven't looked into it super closely, but I haven't heard that any other colors bleed like that. Which makes me think that maybe is why they discontinued this color. But like I said, I take it. I love this color so much. I'm so happy with it. Yeah, so I wound up using 224 grams of yarn. Like I said, they come in 115 gram skeins. So I have 121 grams of yarn left. I weighed them on my scale, so that is the I weighed how much I have left, so I definitely have 121 grams of yarn left. Not 100% sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I am definitely considering I have quite a bit of yarn, so it's not the most effective use of the yarn, so it depends on what other project or whatever else I come up with it to do with it. But if I have a little bit left, I'm probably going to make a little hair tie to wear with my sweater, because I think that would be really cute to have like a little hair tie, like a little lacy one or something, or a little garter stitch one. So that is what I plan to do with that. Let me think. Is there anything else to say about this other than I'm obsessed, just totally obsessed? I don't think so. I take it back. There is something else to say. This is the book that it is in. This is Sari Nordlund's Summer Knits book. I really liked the book. I really liked the pattern, the charts. I actually made a copy of the charts, and then later kind of regretted that because the copy wasn't very good. But because I also learned a different tip from a Veronica Lindbergh book I got, that you can use washi tape, because you can pull it off and put it on and it doesn't leave any marks, and it'll re-stick, kind of like a Post-it or something. So I could just so I got some of that to use to mark rows and things. And I think that's what I'll do going forward, so that I don't have to make copies and I can just have everything in my book. But that is, yeah. And this is what it looks like in the book. So you can see those sleeves are a little bit shorter. But it is a really nice book, and I do recommend that if you find any patterns that you like that are in this, that I think it's well worth it, because it does have a lot of great options in here. this was 100%. As soon as I saw it before the book even came out and I saw this on Ravelry, I was pretty much obsessed with making this. So I had to do it. I had to buy it. I had to make it. So, and I'm very happy I did. Like I said, I really, really like it. So that is the Juno Tea by Sari Nordlund. Okay, whips. So what I've got for whips, I have my Portobello sweater. This I've been working on for a bit. I was working on this in the Juno Tea. As I mentioned in the last podcast, my main focus was these two projects, finishing the Juno Tea being the number one priority. So this is where I'm at now. Pretty far along. I think I'm doing pretty good. I don't know if you can see that little collar. Still waiting for, I ordered some different buttons. I'm waiting for those to get here so that I can put the buttons on and have a more realistic try on with it and see how the length and how everything sits here, since it's kind of just falling open. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm pretty sure here on the body, the next thing I need to do is just bind off. But I am waiting to do the sleeves and then block it so I can see how much it grows and see if the length is going to still be good once I've done that. I love the way this feels. I love the way it's coming out. I think it's just going to be such a grab and go. Everybody needs a grab and go, right? Like, you want your Juno teas. You want your Juno teas that you can be like, I feel like the boss lady. Then you want your, I just want to be cool girl next door or guy. And just be chill and still feel like good about what I'm wearing, but not feel like all I want here is some jeans and whatever. Or maybe it's a travel day for work. For me, that's a big deal. Travel day is for work because I set the example, right? So when I go into the office, I want to make sure that I'm wearing, and we're business casual. I want to make sure that I'm wearing like appropriate attire that I would expect other people to wear in the office, which means I'm not going to travel. If I'm heading into the office after I've traveled, I'm not going to be going like in wearing jeans necessarily. And don't get me wrong, every office is different. For us, I prefer not to wear jeans. But I am fine with just some khakis and like a nice sweater or polo or something. And I feel like this fits the bill. Like I could definitely like wear this on a travel day and be totally happy. And, but I also can throw this on with jeans and go to the store, or I don't know, even go over, hang out with family, go to the in-laws, whatever. I think go to dinner. I don't think it's like maybe a more casual, like going to get pizza, go to a pizza place or something. I think this is the vibe. And I love these colors. Again, I'm really trying to stay in the like me color range. I'm trying to do better about that. And I think it works for me. So that is that. Next up is sleeves. I've not knit the last couple days. That's very, very strange for me. But I've been nursing a headache for a couple days. I've been getting out of work late. And I just have not had the wherewithal to want to pick up stitches for the sleeve. And I already know that I want to do some extra decreases in here because I had done some extra increases originally. So I know that I'm going to want to do that. And of course I'm going to want to write it down to make sure I match it on the other sleeve and so on and so on. And I'm just not feeling that right now. I'm just not feeling that. So, but I will get there. Tomorrow, weekends is my best. I'm a midday kind of person, or like a few hours into the morning. I hit my stride at like 10 a.m. to like 2 p.m. That's my yeah. I've got all the energy in the world. I've got all the brain power. Everything before and after that, no go. That's a no go for me. So that's where I will probably get this sleeve picked up tomorrow and get that going. If you are curious, this is the first time you've seen this. This is Sandisgarn Duo is the yarn. This darker color is 4344. The lighter color here is 4302. This yarn is 55% merino wool, 45% Pima cotton. They do come in 50-gram skeins, approximately 115 meters. It's kind of funny because I don't know if you can see here, like it doesn't look like there's that much. I mean, there's a difference between the colors, right? But it's not so like, I was definitely not sure that if it would be enough for the stripes, but when you have it knit and you see it like this, it is definitely enough for the stripes. No, don't get me wrong. I wanted it to be kind of monochromatic and kind of, I didn't want this. This was the look I was going for. I wanted it to be two colors in the same family at different values, basically, and that is definitely what I got here. And I'm very, very happy with it. So, yeah, I'm really excited to get this going. Again, this is the Portobello sweater by Cheryl Mokhtari. So other whips I have, really not a lot right now. Beyond that, I really want to focus on finishing the champagne pullover and finishing the Portobello sweater first and foremost, and then the champagne pullover. I will tell you that I have been a couple times recently, I've just been in a spot with projects where I needed to grab something easy and simple, or like my hands are so tired that I needed something like a change. So I have picked up a project that I had started last winter and put away for the summer just because of how heavy it is and how warm it is, and that is the Felix sweater. Here it is. I will talk about this more at some point, but at this point, like I said, this is something that I will pick up and I will work on depending on where I am with everything else. If I'm just in a spot where like I said, I just need something that's just a quick pick it up and start knitting, I will grab this and do it. And given that this is an Aran weight yarn, I do make progress on it pretty fast. These are 6mm or US 8 needles. So I can, and now I haven't bound off the body, but because I am playing a little bit of yarn chicken with this, I think I'll be okay, but it's going to be tight. So, but it is long enough that at the moment that I could take back a little bit of length out of the body to add to the sleeves if I need to, and it'll be okay, I think. I also think the sweater's going to grow a bit because there is alpaca in it. But that is where I'm at. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually pick up this sleeve to see how far I get on that. And then I'll decide about ribbing on this or if I need to take back this. But that is my Felix pullover. That, like I said, I pick up every once in a while. But I think you can see, like, I'm pretty close to being done with it. So that's another whip I have that will potentially, next time you see it, I'll probably just be done versus much more to it. But I am excited about that. I do think it's going to be a really nice sweater to have, especially when it gets a little bit cooler. But being that it is heavier, I'm also just not as worried about getting that done anytime soon. It just happens to be the easiest project for me to pick up it on a pinch and just knit on it. So that's the Felix pullover. Thank you for joining me. That's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you were able to make progress on whatever you were working on, or relaxed, or whatever it was that hopefully brought a smile to your face. I hope you were able to get some inspiration from these projects, or again, just something. I hope there was some sort of positive takeaway that was able to help you in your day today, and or in your making. And if you did like this content, please share, subscribe. You can do the bell thing so that you get notified for new episodes. I'd love to have you keep joining me. I really, hope to have a community here that we can all find positivity and joy in what we do and support each other through that process, and just in life in general. I think it never hurts to have one more person that you can talk about life with, your projects you're making, whatever makes you happy, and just build each other up and support each other. So I hope that I can be a part of that and build a home for anybody who wants to be a part of that. And like I said, that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a great time making and a great day and week. Bye.